Yo, it is November 16th today, so we're coming up on Thanksgiving. Christmas will be here soon. And when it starts to get cold in this time of year, festive, you start thinking about Christmas, having a good time, being with your family. And I just have so many warm, cozy memories of this time of year. So much love in the atmosphere, being with my family, having time off school, obviously, as a kid. And the family comes together, we eat good food, we're going out shopping. I hate the cold with all my heart. I can't stand it, but it's something about it being there. It makes you want to be closer with other people, like cuddling up with them and being like, we would do this thing in my family. I don't know if it's like a Pakistani thing and we're just weird like that, but like sometimes we would just like sleep on the ground and like we just lay out a really big blanket and like my mom would sleep in the middle, then me on one side, my sister on the other side, and we just like sleep on the floor in our living room. I mean, it was carpeted, but I don't know why we did that. Obviously we stopped them when I got older, but like I just remember that, and it was like it's kind of like cringe maybe if you haven't done it before, but it was something about being with your family, being like so close, and so much love was around there. And the older I've gotten, maybe you can relate to this too. I think you can. It's sad, but there just seems to be less love in the world. I don't know if it's because when you're older, you become more like accustomed to like the cruelness of the world. You're kind of protected as a kid. As an adult, you like gotta go to work, I gotta hustle. It doesn't matter how much, if I have a cold, then you get the kind of like the frostbite kind of thing, like the darker areas on your hands, but you still gotta go to work, you still gotta hustle, gotta wake up the next morning. It's hard to wake up when it's cold in the morning, bro. It's brutal. But you push through that, and just it's life, like part of being an adult, the more you realize life is about suffering. You're shielded from that as a kid. So I'm not sure if it's just because as you get older, you realize there just kind of is less love in the world, or if it's because just the modern world we live in, people are just more isolated now more than ever. You have like social media making it seem like everyone has living their best lives and you're sitting there being you. And on top of that, by every like measurable statistic, people are more isolated than ever. The number of Americans that have 3 friends or fewer was 50% back in like 2005. And now it's 25%. It's just half. Number of men with 0 friends was like 5% 15 years ago. Now it's at 15%. Women, it's gone up too. I think it's like 10% now. So we're like isolated in that sense too. And I was just thinking about that. Like sure, I'm far from my family right now. I'll see them actually this week, some of them. I'll be in New York with a cousin's engagement. It's going to be cold up there. I don't want to go up there in New York, but it'll be fun because they're there. But that's happening. And then I just got into this thought of like, yeah, like it kind of sucks. I wish I had that like movie lifestyle where like, all right, it's Christmas time and there's huge families here and I have to have no stresses in the world, living this imaginary fairy tale when it's going to be just a great time and love and laughter. And life's not obviously like that. You have ups and downs. You have to have the bad days to have the good days. But it also then got me thinking about this other quote, I'm sure you heard, and that is, life is suffering. And I believe this is attributed to Buddha, although I also heard that he never actually said this, just misinterpreted. But I really like this quote. Like, I know it sounds a bit toxic, and it's kind of, not toxic, but it sounds a bit like bad. I don't know where my linguistic skills are here right now, but it just sounds sort of like negative, like, oh, life's suffering. No, life should be fairy tales and happiness. But I actually find it quite refreshing, just knowing that, because you obviously think that your life's so hard, it's tragic, and you have to deal with your problems, and everyone else having these great, amazing lives, but we're all suffering in some way. That is almost like the beauty of life, that you suffer through it, and that molds you into someone bigger. Or if you believe in like evolution, I don't even believe, like if you're in evolution, the people who can't go through that, they'll just die off, and their genes will get killed off. But the point I was trying to make was like life is suffering. It's a bit relieving because if you're suffering, then yeah, that's life. Just you're gonna have to suffer through it, whatever. But if you're not suffering, or if you're not suffering as much as you used to, then you're doing something right. You're on the right track. This week, I had a couple disappointments I don't want to go too deep into. I launched, not this week and last week, I launched a product on Amazon. Not doing too hot. I'll make a video on that in the future. I was gonna meet some people and and do some stuff, and they flaked. A few other things happened. I had some issues with my knee, so I've just stalled my progress in the gym and completely halted any of my training besides practice. I can't roll in jiu-jitsu. So this problem comes up. I'm broke because I spent so much money. There's business. So actually, that's not doing like, it's doing a little better than I thought. Like I'm happy when I see like sales happen. I'll talk more about that later, but that's not where I want it to be. YouTube channel's not where I want it to be. Nothing seems to be going my way this time of year. It's been a rough week. I'm increasing my testosterone by a couple of things I'll talk about later. I'm taking these supplements, which I believe do increase your testosterone quite a bit. It's all natural stuff though. It's not like on TRT. So my sex drive is through the roof. I'm on NoFap right now. So I'm pushing through that. And God, it just, it's like a bit of suffering right now. And I guess as much as it sucks, I'm glad it's happening to me because I'll be able to push through this and improve myself. So in the future, it won't bother me as much. In the future, I'll have more successful businesses that'll make me money. So I don't have to worry about money. I'll have more and more friends or better quality friends and relationships as well. So where it won't matter so much if someone flakes on me because I'll have other relationships. And like every aspect of life will get better because I'm working hard to make it happen. Like the other thing I talked about yesterday was that you're successful the day you say you are. I'm putting in the work to improve every single aspect of my life. I will see the results when that happen. You can't put in the work and not see the results. It's just not how the universe works. So all the suffering today will be long forgotten in the future. I won't even remember how rough this week was or how rough this year was at all. So I wanted to touch on those 2 points. I think it's important to remember that whether or not you believe the world is more lonely now than ever, whether you believe in like there's less love in the world, you kind of have to foster your own reality. So I make it an effort to actually reach out to family members, even though it's kind of weird when you call up an aunt like, oh, how's it going? And they're like 40 years old and they're on like a whole different wavelength of like asking you about college. I'm like, yeah, college is great, except I graduated like years ago. But make an effort to talk to them. I call my close family almost every day. I make an effort at least once a month to just hit up like a few members of my family, whether it's like aunts and uncles I've been talking to a long time or someone like that. I also make it a habit to text I have like my very few close friends where like we genuinely love each other. I don't have to like text them like once a month or once every few months. Like I just show up and like, I'm in town, bro, let's link up and boom, we're together. This happened in New York too. I had a friend of mine from college, great guy. So I'm just like, yo, let's link up and it's gonna happen. I don't have to like text him every few weeks. How's it going? And I hope you're doing well and this like that. Like there's certain like brotherhood you have where you have the connection with someone. They're living their own life. When you're in their area, you'll just jump on them. I love that a lot. Some of my friends in California too. That's great. I'm not like texting each other like, oh yeah, tell me about your week. And oh, that's so cool. But with my other like kind of family friends, kind of closer acquaintances, people like I'm good with, but I'm not at that level at. I do make an effort to reach out to them as well. And even like very rarely my true friends because I know like I don't need to talk to them all the time. I'm here if they need me and vice versa. So I'm making an effort to kind of foster your reality, put some love into your life. Because otherwise you don't want to live this whole like isolated life that causes physical harm to your body. And then also if you're going through a tough time right now, realize that everyone in the world is. But if you choose to push through that and better yourself, life will get better in the future. Your future self will look back and thank you, saying, thank God my past self did whatever he was supposed to do. He grinded through college. Even though college is kind of a scam, he worked hard in his job. He made some money on the side. He talked to that cute girl at Target. Now they have a relationship. Whatever things happen that you do that you push yourself to be better, your future self will thank you for. So love, remember life is suffering. That's kind of what I wanted to rant about today. I told you, it's been cold in Texas, so I just feel like I want to kind of have a one-on-one talk with you. Like I should have a fireplace in here, a little crackle of the flames going. But yeah. Hope you enjoyed this, and I'm wishing you all the best, and I love you, whoever you are, wherever you are in the world. If it gives you a little bit of pride, like I genuinely want the best for you because I want the best for everyone. And if you've taken any value away from my content, I just want you to know that I truly wish you the best in this world and the hereafter. So do the hard work, be successful, show some love in the world. Remember the suffering you're going through today, it'll pass, and it'll be less in the future if you do the hard work. So, see you soon. Love you.